Hello, long time no speak. In this video, I'm going to bring you up to speed with some of the in-play betting I've been doing using the software. So over these races, I've been hitting the back button late on in the race and just really trying to get on the horse most likely to win when it comes right up to the business end of the race. And these are my results doing that. So moving on near the end of the race, with just a few hurdles to go, you can see him hovering over a horse that's actually sparked my interest so far. Looking like this is the one most likely to win. Along the split, it's been a little bit up and down, but you can see it's moved off into the lead. And at this point in the race, I'm pretty confident that the horse is going to go on to win, because it looks fairly unchallenged from the rest and has separated itself from the pack. The lengths back of the horse are considerable compared to the others. Yes, there are 2 hurdles left to jump, but the horse itself is doing very well. And if you look at the video at the top of the screen, which I sometimes have over the software as an overlay, incidentally, I use a software package called Desk Pins for that. So if you're going to download that, do it from the developer, not from some of these dodgy sites that add extra software to your PC. Just do it straight from the developer. Anyway, that's called Desk Pins, and I digress. Got 1 hurdle left to jump there, which it did successfully, and you can see how far ahead the software is. And the horse is just cruising home. No problem at all. And this is what I do if I just want to make easy money with the software, because it is really the easiest way. It has the highest strike rate. This split there, you could see straight away that the horse was the most consistent overall compared to the others, and it just looked like the easy option, the standout selection, if you like, in the race that was going to win. Now here we have another example of that later on in the day at the 4:55 at Plumpton, and again over these races I'm just looking for the horse that I can get on late in the race, as late as possible really, to have some sort of value and profit on the bet. Now for these demonstrations I typically just do 1 bet per race. Occasionally I'll go wild and do 2 or 3, but yeah, I'm doing just 1 bet per race, just really to see what I can get out of the betting strategy, doing it that way, and then whether it's worth increasing my stake to a larger amount, or just using smaller amounts and then just hitting it a few times, really hitting the back button a few times. So anyway, we're coming up to the final 2 hurdles on this, and we can see the horse that looks to be the standout is number 7. So I'm hovering over that, and at that point I actually hit it when it comes to the fence and place a bet. So on that one I've made 10% on my £10 investment, and looking at it you can see how far ahead the software is compared to the TV stream, because we've already gone over the fence there with the software, and now it's just going over the fence with the live stream. So you are getting that edge, sometimes more than others. Definitely that's the case, where you'll get you'll be further ahead of the stream in some races, but that's just the way it goes. But you're always ahead of the stream when it comes to the business end. So this is a good strategy if you just want to jump on, use the software, and then do something that is quite easy to identify horses which are so far ahead later in the race that they're very unlikely going to be beaten. So moving on to the 3rd race, and in this one it is 1 mile, 1.5 furlong. It's a flat race, which I'm not as confident with the flat races, I have to admit. When it comes to backing, just using the live features in the software, I tend to do better over fences, where I feel more confident putting the bet on, basically, because you can see which horses are struggling over the fences, and it helps you judge whether they're going to struggle to gather momentum. But anyway, in this race I'm looking to back late again and find the standout horse, and in this instance it's number 4. That, I mean, you can see how far ahead of the TV stream that was as well. The number 4 just looked to be the standout, and it was over and done with in the software before it was over and done with on the live stream. Did quite well there. Actually made 40% return on the investment back in number 4 at that point. Got 1.4 odds, and yeah, it was a shorter. It wasn't necessarily a long race, and it was flat, so it's a bit different for me. And it was actually pretty close when it came to the business end, with all the horses as well vying for the lead. But yeah, that definitely looked like the standout, and it turned out to be a winner. Okay, so moving on to the 4th race, and I'll give you another demonstration of how you can make a profit using the software back in later on. This is now the 13th of April, and this is the 2:35 at Southwell. It's another National Hunt flat, and it's 2 mile. I think as well, with me using the software, I prefer the longer races than the shorter races, although recently, which I'll get to later in the other videos, I have been going over the shorter races and had good success at Chester, but I'll come to that in another video. And I am getting better because I want to try and optimize all the opportunities throughout the day, whether they're short races or long races. Anyway, we've got 3 furlongs to go in this, and I'm hovering over a few horses. At this stage, there's about 4 with opportunities, so it's a case of just trying to find the one that's going to come on and go over the finish line first, basically. So number 1 here is a horse that I can see that is making up a lot of ground quickly from the lengths back, and I put a bet on there, quite low odds, and then it shifts up again in odds slightly, so I put another bet on and go wild, and make a £20 bet to make £3.20. It was the speed at which the horse was running and making up the distance and the par line, but it was in the red a lot of the time, running ahead of the others. And you can see on the video and on the software how far ahead the software is, and how rapid you're able to place the bets using the software in comparison to just using the main Betfair website, which I found very clunky. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll have more videos soon.